That wasn't bad.
Yeah, not bad.
I wasn't expecting that at all.
The ATM machine and appropriate ATMs on Overpass.
That's a very good point,
There
Alex.
we
It's
go.
all coming
Segues,
together.
segue.
That is wonderful. What a great start we've had. Will it be a good game, though? That's what everyone wants to know. It will be DreamEaters versus G2 here on Overpass, and DreamEaters already finding success against NRG. Sure, I went to overtime, a game that they had a massive lead in, but still, they win against NRG on what used to be their best map. Since Tarek's come in, it hasn't been so far, but still, that's an impressive result.
And you know, the overtime is not a caveat to me. If anything, I think it's more impressive. The fact that you had a lead and lost it and you managed to...
The mental fortitude to keep it going, right?
Thank you. Yes, exactly what I'm thinking. The fact that they can close it out against a Tier 1 team after being so close, love it.
Absolutely. Well,
let's see what we got here. Double long stack, Speedak and Forrester. A couple of shots going out. Speedak hasn't made his whereabouts known just yet. Now starts to take the fight. Does manage to catch Kenny. And we'll keep things level 4-4. Forrester still willing to take that fight. Why is he so willing? Backing away now. Could have got caught. That's a P250 in Lucky's hands. A very strong weapon at range.
Absolutely. 4-on-4. Plenty of time remaining. Forrester will be boosting up. You have to pronounce it as Sviat.
Sviat. Just rush it. Say it like a Brit.
Sviat.
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 You can be real blunt with it.
I was practicing the pre-game. I was trying to get to
it in the pre-game. Sviat.
Got it.
Like a Fiat with a S at the start.
That's a good. Okay.
Sviat.
Okay. I can do this. I can make this work.
Sviat 500.
Smoke towards heaven. Flashbang over. It's Lucky to lead the charge with the aforementioned P250. Kinky will be on the bomb side himself, and the flashbang is very effective indeed as Shoxy to open things up. The boost towards the graffiti area really not working out for the CTs at all. Sviat will be down to 15 HP, but he has got a defuse kit. Nailed up.
You did. That was good. Lovely stuff. Yes, very low, has the smoke and the kit. That's a powerful tool should his teammates find the frags, and the smoke's going to be deployed towards short. It won't be combined with that diffuse kit. Jax takes just a little lick of damage. Not ready for Shoxy's position. Amanek's going to try and bait him in. Crad in the meantime catches one. That's a problem now. 3 in the kill feed, down to Lucky. And he's feeling anything but right now. 3 pushing him all low, all connecting. He needs to get someone on that kit. Where is it? Sviat is on the bomb, but Lucky's going to back away. Defusing now, should come through. Maybe going to find a frag on his way out. But my goodness, they are all so damn low. They have what? Here it comes, 44 points of health combined.
That was reasonably quick. If you nailed it, that was great. I'm going to assume you did. It will be DreamEaters picking up the pistol there. What a roller coaster round that was. It's an opening kill towards that long position, goes back to the 4-on-4. G2, look, they have a massive advantage. They get the opening kill towards B. They get the headshot towards the boost position. Look, there was no chance at all for DreamEaters. They were such low HP, but all of a sudden, a flurry of headshots, and now we get to round number 2, and G2 will actually have 3 AKs here. We wanted to see this in the previous game. We're getting in now, and we'll see whether this is going to work out for the French.
Damn, round 2, G2, 3 AKs. Let's see how that fares versus the SMGs.
Perfect.
3 MP9.
Are you okay?
Yeah, fine.
We do have the AK-47s, the Deagles, and Kenny S and Amanek are the ones to drop them. That's why you can see them with no armor there. And still, with a Desert Eagle, they can be combative in this round. We'll see what happens. They've got 1 smoke and hoping to get AK headshots here, but be presented with nothing. It's a very common approach these days, bring out the AKs in the second round. It's nice to get 3 of them out, but will it be enough? As Shoxy will be the spearhead of the operation here. Kinky waiting towards the bathrooms, and Shoxy does get past him at least.
That's a start. That's a start indeed.
Bardolph next to us. Just joining the broadcast.
Yeah, I don't know if they can hear him, Hank. Maybe he would think you're like obsessed with him.
Loud.
From behind, Speedak strikes, going to get 2. Jax as well. My goodness, this has gone from bad to worse for the French so quick.
Wow.
With these SMGs. They invested 3 AK-47s. I don't think I even heard an AK.
No, I don't think they fired a bullet. That is a very strange outcome. The MP9s delivering once again. Kinky with 2 kills, gets the AK. They've got 3 AKs now. They didn't invest anything to this round. And there we have it. Crowd to close things out.
It does not get better than that.
That's the best result. We had it on train beforehand when you went into the round with what? MP9s and Deagles.
Yeah, came out with
3
double
AKs,
or 3 AKs.
And 2 AWPs, yeah. And
a Krieg even. I think actually it was 2 AKs and a Krieg.
That's one hell of a bonus round.
Wow, yeah. I mean, coming into round 3 on your CT side of Overpass with 3 AKs is nuts. And they look like dust off their shoulder. Another day in the office for the Eaters of Dreams. This is a winner's match, by the way. Already they ate the dreams of NRG. And
on
now,
this map.
Yeah, no less. And G2 actually did have no real struggle. Of course, I think it was 16-10 versus Tai Lu on,
Around
this
16-8,
map.
16-9, somewhere one of those.
One of those many. Nice work from Crad. He's filling it up the kill feed again with the SMG. He's on 5-0 here in round 3. Finding those multi-kills round after round. SpeedX swings open the door. He could get caught off here. It's only the Glock, though, and that's more money in his pockets. He's hunting for the third towards those murky waters, but it's nothing but clear sailing for DreamEaters at this point. 3-0, and keeping all of those AKs in play.
Absolutely true. What a fantastic start. DreamEaters have found this best of one. This is kind of insane. Wow. Kenny S won't have the AWP. He's 0-3 right now, but he's a very proficient rifler as well. He is not a one-trick pony, so it's not a huge deal, but not ideal, I have to say. Crad with the double kill through the smoke. As we get into round number 4 here, it is a CT-sided map, but not in the same ballpark as your Trains and Nukes or Infernos, for example. It's actually a little bit closer than that, but we'll see what happens with the AWP and SpeedX hands now. And so he'll be up against just the AKs and Kriegs.
Oh, that boost. The boost so early. Shox' toes have been removed. He's walking on stumps.
Yeah,
29.
He didn't even see that coming. They had a boost in the B site and in the connector there. So they were very ready for any sort of default to get B control. And in response, Kenny S will take one, but the bomb's been found.
I love SpeedX warping. I was telling you about it. Look, this is what I was saying to you off air.
No one else is there.
He's so close quarters, so comfortable in so many, what's the word? It's not default, it's...
I don't know what you're going for.
It's a position that's a surprise. There's a word, and I'm going to shout it at you at some point during this game.
Okay, when you get to it, let me know.
I'll let you know. But maybe not this round, maybe not the next. Kinky's about to have a whole lot of French to deal with. Nice work from Lucky, keeps Jack safe. The 2 newest additions. Sviat has to go big here, 2 versus 3. He knows there's a second. He knows they come in a pair.
Well, Jack seems to know what's happening here.
Yeah, perfect work from Amanek communication.
Well, they've recovered this. It looked like it was a done deal with the bomb down in the connector, but now a 3 versus 1. Crad, with all the money in the world, but not necessarily the weaponry to accompany it. He's got a UMP, a flashbang, and $7,000. Still a slim chance he can do something with this. A kill would be great, but Amanek's watching that very keenly towards the CT steps area, and surely gets the kill. Crad to be dropped. First round on the board for G2. A laboured round. A little bit problematic with the bomb going down, but well held.
To be fair, SpeedX position probably wasn't something that you were expecting to die to. I mean, close quarters with that AWP, you got to give him credit, and I'm sure we'll have plenty more moments like that. I'm going to see the AWP again in his grasp, and drops over the M4 to Crad for this one.
Well then, AWP now out for Kenny S, 1-4. See if he can really start to sink his teeth into this best of 1. Mac 10s for Shox and Jax here. They had cash available. They might have misread this money situation. I feel like they thought they'd be up against...
There is definitely a couple of naked heads.
There it is. It's Sviat and SpeedX. So yeah, I guess they can be damaging in that sense, but they had plenty of cash. I'm interested to see what they do with these Mac 10s. Looks like a B finish from what we can see from the initial setup. Mac 10 does get 1, but it's a trade.
Not too shabby. Shox with some comms as well. Kenny eats that flash. Rare delicacy. Got a slow one from G2 here on this T side. A boost will be a lovely, actually, port of call for the CTs at this point. With the door open, that completely nullifies Kenny's cross if he wants to support. Not something they can hold forever, though. There's a lot of unknowns. They have invested Crad towards Monster. Shorter problem. I think the booster is probably going to be making that his responsibility. Already, they break.
Heading back towards the B site, G2 that is, and anything but DreamEaters actually rotating a player out of the bomb site. There will be Crad with no utility by himself, holding towards Graffiti. He doesn't have much of a chance of doing much more than a kill and staying alive at this stage. They're going to have a contact play through the monster area. Amanek just in front of Kenny S there, and they'll continue to be in a contact until they spot an enemy. There it is. That's their cue to really make their way towards that B side now, get the bomb planted, and Crad, as we said, no utility, can't really do much about this, but Sviat certainly can. Lovely shot from him, bomb to be planted, but he does deny it.
That was Jax as well.
Yeah.
Gone. Now Lucky grasped the bomb, does find the frag onto Crad. Oh, but both are up there. That was brutal. Sviat's got himself 3 already, and a 4th. Lines them up. Beautiful work from Sviat from heaven. That is not a position you expect multi-kills from.
With the M4 especially, no. That should be smoked off. I didn't catch their utility going into that sequence, but the fact they had 4 players on the bomb site and you've got the initial kill as well, you'd feel like they'd be absolutely fine there. But Sphere, he takes the aggro away from his teammate. He's waiting towards Graffiti. He gets an opening kill. His teammate swings out the silenced M4, denies the plant on Jax. And at that point, Kenny S left in a 2 versus 1, no time to plant. And that's just a nightmare. But remember, that came into this round with 2 MAC-10s, and they still have plenty of money here, but they are going to take a tactical timeout and work out what is to play going forward. Kenny S can be dropped and all by Shoxy. It would have to be a drop at this point. Kenny currently has $4,200, and just above him is Amanek on 5,900, Lucky 48. So Kenny will have to be dropped here, but it's not going to happen. They're going for rifles once again.
Yeah.
So this is a replay. So they didn't have a smoke, to be fair, but it felt like this was way too accessible for Sphere there. The fact he's getting 3-4 kills from that position, it's great. Like, really fantastic work from him.
Yeah,
but
wow.
the M4, that shouldn't be as prominent, I suppose.
I mean, it's a very difficult spot to do what he did. G2 perhaps neglecting to respect that heaven spot from Sviat. Didn't relocate, didn't move, didn't fall into the traps of trying to find a new angle of assault. That one worked, and this one could for Crad too. Shock's already up towards short, hasn't taken the fight yet. Likely utility partnered with this peak. You can see the majority. Oh, I like this boost if they get this right.
This is cool.
The timing could be perfect. 3 of them long, no orb. Speedax shuts down Kenny. They can rescind off that one. They can just back away. The flash will keep them at bay. Shox, however, in the meantime, his patience was rewarded on short. We saw that. We checked in with that at the very start of the round. Crad caught out with that orb. There was 2, though. We saw what Speedax can do. Kinky's in trouble. No support possible. Quite the opposite for the French. Amanek's flash got Jax that one.
Oh,
and they keep coming.
Yeah, absolutely. As Shox this time, it looks like the A bomb side is wide open as they make their way through. It's Fiat who will be coming in from the CT steps here. Bomb not down just yet. He's had a chance to kill one towards the truck. Looks like it'll be wallbang though. That's going to be Amanek to give them a 4 versus 1 here. Forrester surely can't do anything with this. He'll be making his way back towards B. And Shoxy, he's already on the backstab here, so I don't think there's much chance of Forrester surviving, but he does seem cognizant at least that a player could be coming from this side of the map. He's checking every nook and cranny. G2 though, starting to come alive here. They've recovered an AWP as well. They'll be going to Kenny next round as a bullet goes in the head of Forrester. Their money is broken. It was a nice lead they were building up. They were 4-0 up and now 4-2. And G2 will actually have a real nice chance here to just break this one down. Shouldn't be a buy coming through because DreamEaters averaging on $2,000 per player.
Yeah, GG.bet, of course, one of our sponsors has got the odds on your screen now. You can see G2 the favorites, but DreamEaters plenty of respect given. Undoubtedly the underdog from the CIS minor. Well, actually, the play-in, of course, as Chad corrected himself. Nice work from Amanek, just catching him, keeping things safe and sound. And they've chosen to force into this one. Full Kevlar, Forrester and Kinky. The smidgen of utility and already operating at a disadvantage. Shox not dissuaded after getting caught out by that boost. He's still taking that presence early.
Yeah, nice shot from Shoxy there. But at this point, what's the next call from G2? They have connector control here. They have 2 players towards the T-steps. Just trying to see if there's any sort of reaction from the CTs. They've got a massive advantage to confirm they are on an eco. And now they've got 1 minute 15 remaining to make their way towards the A side, which looks to be the likely finish. Still to go through the connector back towards B, and Shoxy is outside Monster right now. The problem is they've lost control of water completely. There are 3 CTs waiting for them to maybe opt back towards the B side.
Yeah, and that's going to be down to Speedac. He's in toilets. He didn't choose to push on that. He heard a reload from Jax, and you could see he thought about it. Presented himself into the smoke, but backed away.
So they've got 1 player making his way in towards A with the MAC-10. That's Amanek. As they go back towards B, remember we said this was the trap. If they walk into this, this could go horribly wrong. The bomb is luckily outside of the monster area. We'll see if this will do anything for them. Forrester primed and ready, but it's Jax who will take down Speedac. 3 players now doubting themselves, but here they come. Not going to work out. Shoxy confirms things. 5 on 2. That should be the round here, unless these 2 players go absolutely wild on the B side. But good call. They've confirmed their A's open. You can see that Amanek's all the way in towards the CT steps. Let's get back. Let's make sure the bomb goes down on no one being dropped.
Did he run like I remember he was making a beeline straight through the top side. He's come all the way back around now.
So he's confirmed. Don't go to B, boys. Whatever
Guys,
you do,
I'm telling you now.
you're going to regret it.
Kinky and Sviat will try and keep hold of their weapon back to try and steal away. One of these likely going to be having to deal with Amanek, who's going to be let off the leash with this MAC-10. Well, it's not the most ideal upgrade, but he gets the frag nonetheless.
Yeah, the MAC-10 doesn't do much for you, but if you could beat Eco next round, he's got Kevlar as well. The MAC-10 is better than nothing, I suppose.
Yeah.
He can drop the 5-7 to a teammate. They're not going to be doing much next round, whatever happens at this point. 5-7, Mach 10. Can't buy anything around it.
Good to see the AWP in Kenny's hands. Didn't see it, of course, play a part or a role in this round, but we'll get to see much more of that coming into the rest of Overpass. The only map we've seen both of these teams play, interestingly enough, so far. And
it's a very technical map. It's surprising to see a team like DreamEaters present themselves with this one. Like, I would be expecting more of what we saw with Vitality, right? Dust 2s, the Infernos, those sort of maps coming through. It's a very technical map and a scary one to take a top team on. But DreamEaters, they managed to maintain this lead for now, but it's being chipped away at as they will have pretty much a full eco here. Yes, they have a Mach 10. Sphere could drop that 5-7, which he will, to Forrester. So there we go.
The DreamEaters story that we kind of wove last time we were here in Berlin for their qualifying for this was much more about just the fact that they have some incredibly strong individuals, like young players, perhaps not necessarily as well versed in the ebb and flow of Tier 1 Counter-Strike. Like, there will be some occasional evident inexperience, but the actual raw mechanics of these individuals, I've seen Sviat, Speedak, Krad with a crazy 1v3, Kinky's done crazy things, Forrester too, actually, much more so on the CT side, but all of them really mechanically very gifted.
I'm excited. There's a lot of unknown quantities of these sort of teams at this event,
yeah,
and no one knows what to expect, and they're finding crazy results. It's very interesting as we get into the 1 minute mark here. Remember, pretty much an eco. Lucky will flush out Kinky towards the connector position. 5 and 4. Didn't get a whole lot of info there. They're pretty certain it's an eco at this stage. Just want to stick together. Don't risk giving up a rifle. As Jax falls back, it looks like he'll recover the bomb from T-steps and make their way back towards B potentially. Bomb's there on his screen right now, and those T-steps position recovered. And it's heading back towards middle, actually. They've got long controls. I suppose they'd be faking towards the B area with Shoxy going in. I don't like fakes, and you know they've got pistols, but this one looks fine.
Yeah, I think Shoxy's probably going to be able to suss out the situation that they're expecting some resistance on this side of the map. I'm sure his teammates are ready for it. Yep, Speedak, just as USP, is going to be met by... Oh, I was going to say, look at that bait. Finds Speedak, but Speedak couldn't connect the USP. Tried to get to. Jax, he cleans things up to keep things level, and we are at 4 apiece. DreamEaters' strong start has been leveled, nullified by the French. And actually, my goodness, have they accrued some funds over that comeback or that equalizer?
They really have. They are in very good stead for pretty much the rest of the half at this point. It's round number 9, and will we see the Kenny S? Or we certainly do, as he's currently 1-6, but that's not a big deal. It's kind of round... We've had 8 rounds, and they've managed to tie things up. They lost a pistol. We'll see whether he can start to come online now. If he does, that's just going to be an extra string to that bow.
I think we might be seeing, I was going to say, a fast peak. I eat my words.
You didn't say it, so...
Well, I clearly threw myself under the bus.
Yeah, it's just like, I was about to say this wrong thing.
I was about to say this wrong thing, and he didn't do it. So thanks for listening to my podcast, my TED Talk. Come back again. In the meantime, Forrester backing away from short forgives that.
Well, this is a nice long approach. G2 have found a lot of success on this side of the map. We did see that AWP boost towards the flower bed before. That was really nice from DreamEaters, and this boost might not be as successful. Forrester, he does reposition. I think he's got it. Nice work. Didn't panic with the flashbang, didn't drop off, maintained his spot. Yields a kill. That's Lucky going down. 5 and 4, minute remaining. And in terms of utility, still have 4 smokes on the T side. And Speedak.
Very infamous crossfire and Overpass these days.
It really is.
And Kenny did have the opportunity to take that fight. It doesn't benefit, it doesn't favor him. It's worth mentioning that's a, as Chad would describe, a left eye peek for Kenny. 40 seconds. Yeah, that's quite the angle. He's so exposed, but he has the support of Kinky and Speedak. The knowledge that Toilets is safe lets him hold what is a brutal angle on towards long. I think his teammates are suggesting it's quiet. Will make him take a bit more of a passive angle, or he's actually dropped off all the steps in long. It's going to come from 0 to 100. G2 take the site. Amanek swinging around. He could get flanked. Sviat's already on his way back. And Speedak's quick. Amanek shut down on the flank. Now they can focus all of their attention on this assault from long. Jax sneaking into bank. They can stop the plant, and they do. 5 seconds! They haven't got the time for the plant. They just have to survive, and just like that, G2's slow long take dissolves in front of them, and DreamEaters, they've got themselves another round.
They absolutely have. It comes down to that one play from Kinky. He was waiting for his opportunity to deny the plant. It was a great round from G2 in terms of map control and things they were doing, but they slowed it right down there, waiting for the smokes to dissipate. And you can see this story coming in from Sphere now. He is partially deaf in one ear. I think he was 80% or so.
It said 70 to 90. I mean, it's like 8, let's say 80. 80% deaf in one ear playing competitive video games. Yeah. That's impressive.
And players like Fur and Naf who are struggling with that similar sort of instance, and he's actually taken that inspiration to keep playing, and here he is at the Major, already won his first game, looking to continue that success. So that's a great story.
It really is. I mean, it's such an inspiration when you remember that Naf and Fur even have those issues. It's something I forget about, if I'm honest. You know, like it's not something that we talk about. Bomb's still loose and miles away. It's a sign that G2 plan to poke and prod this round. They've got plenty of time to do so. 70 seconds to slowly manufacture their 5th round. That's what they're in pursuit of here.
Well then, Jax to challenge Speedak once again. He said he was fast, and he does nail the shot, but they don't swing off it. Jax, that was his prime opportunity to actually do something with it, but there it is.
No way.
Kinky will be alive for now. Can he find a second? Absolutely not. It looks like G2 will be alive and well here. 4 versus 3. Sphere down to 46 HP. He's got the FAMAS. He holds towards the A site alone for now. Needs a rotation from Forrester, and it's coming through.
Just the FAMAS, they know exactly where he is. He is going to be able to escape just a little bit, trying to have the element of surprise. He wants to do damage. That was a very aggressive stance, and they are low, all of them. But Krad, this surely is too tall of a task. He's so far away. Starting to come through to toilets now. It's certainly not impossible, but as the time passes, as they get deeper and deeper into these after-plant positions, Krad's 1v4 dream is certainly dwindling.
Yeah, I think he has been spotted, and it will be Krad to stay alive somehow. Lucky, can't believe his luck as he spots the shoulder on the retreat. Thinks he has a free kill. Not going to be the case. Shox close things out though, and that's another big round for G2. Not only they tie things up at 5-5, they've broken the back financially of DreamEaters as well. So another eco on the cards here. Can't force this one. Can't really partially buy into it. You just have to take a clean eco. It's at a $2,000 you can buy next round. So you just got to take this one on the chin. Maybe a deagle for Kinky. That's about it.
But 5-5, keeping G2 honest.
Yeah, they're not being run over, that's for sure.
By no stretch of the imagination.
But I would still say G2 look hot favourites here. Like DreamEaters, remember, they won the pistol. They had a good start. They managed to win that crazy MP9 round as well against the AKs.
Yeah, they took AKs through. I mean, they really did get the dream.
Take that away from them, but
yeah.
still, like, there was a few anomalies in there.
It certainly was, and this is quite the opposite. Just another day in the office for Lucky. Taking those unarmored CTs down. That's a perfect Molotov, actually. I think they're ahead of it.
So it wasn't perfect, then?
No, not perfect.
Not quite perfect.
Jax and Kenny, well, let's not go saying 100%. Only Sith speak in absolutes, Henry.
Wow. It's going to be just Speedak. Not much he can do with this one. He's got the USP. Maybe he gets a kill on shots. That's with bated breath, I say that. Nice clinical finish there from the in-game leader. CS icon, Shoxy getting it done, and we will see it go 6-5. G2 take the lead for the first time now, and the buy's coming in for DreamEaters. So we have relied on Speedak's AWP so far, Alex. He won't be able to afford that this round. He's down to the M4. It's Lucky and co against the full eco. Nothing to really write home about this round. They had 5 pistols in towards the connector. That's pretty much it.
Yeah,
they
got
lost
2 kills, but that's the end of the round. So this lead for G2 continues to grow. It's been bursts of 3 rounds in a row for G2. Now looking to do it again. 2 in a row. That's Kinky going aggressive at parties, catching just the tail end of all of those nades. Down to 74, nothing particularly concerning. And not much. There is probably, that is the best weapon for the job that Krad has right there.
It certainly has its place in the game still, I think, the silenced M4. Just situational.
Yeah, no hit, what do you call it? No tracers. Yeah. And then he's going to get caught out. Nice work from Amanek walking in towards the site. Now, Forrester questioned by Shox, and this site's wide open, just like that. 2 fall, and I mean, the round is good as over.
Especially their financial situation, that is like, well, we've got the AWP here. It's going to be a 5-on-3. We've lost 2 players. We've done no damage. Might as well hold on to what we have. That's round done. G2 is going back to basics there. Nothing too crazy, nothing too technical. Just running the default in towards B, nailing the shots is Shoxy and Amanek. just looking very comfortable there. Pound for pound, you're going to see them looking to take down DreamEaters, those 1v1s pretty much every time. And starting to extend the lead now. Round 12 will fall in their favor. It'll be 7-5, and 3 players surviving this point with the playground presence and the CT forces. Doesn't look like they'll be losing any weaponry here, but SpeedAg's got his work cut out from next round. They'll have to force around this and drop what they can, and he'll need to go for an opening pick here. What's Kenny up to? I haven't really said his name at all. 2 and 7. It's fine. They're up 7-5 after losing pistol. He hasn't had to do that much, but still, it's always fun when he's hitting all the shots.
I just feel like he's not dying. Last time we checked in, it was 1 and 6.
Yeah.
Like, he's been holding on to that AWP for what feels like forever. He's got 12K in the bank.
He does.
But so does pretty much everyone else. I mean, my goodness, Jax is the only one spending money at this point.
1 flashbang is all it took.
Yeah.
Down they go. Well then, round 13. Chance to reflect. Tactical pause from DreamEaters here. We'll see whether Kenny's AWP will take down SpeedAg here. As I mentioned, he needs to step up. SpeedAg needs to go for an aggressive pick.
Do you take him for like the... I mean, it's spawn-based, of course. But I can't help but feel that he's not going to find anything if he goes for a monster peak.
It depends, you know, like... Connector, I would say, is the most viable one here. You could peek towards the middle area as well, the boost behind the party position, but it looks like the AWP is actually positioned to go towards B. He could boost. They like the boost towards the B side of the map. The most common peek would be the monster one, but we'll see what he's up to.
Let's have a look. Going to try and support. Kenny, in the meantime, is going towards that party position. Amanek towards underpass.
Well, they're rushing short with the AWP.
It's going to be a quick kill if he's not ready for it. Quick onto the trigger. Shock's gone.
Yeah, that's
just
a lovely
as he
shot.
arrives, and actually, you know what? With the nade and the flick, they get a second. That is gorgeous Counter-Strike.
Yeah, that was really quite poetic almost.
Wow.
It really flowed so nicely.
It's like a Counter-Strike haiku.
Yeah, that was really nice to watch. But Kenny S is still alive and well. And Amanek's making his way back towards B. Remember, they have 2 players on pistols here. They didn't even force into this round with 3 weapons saved. We said SpeedAg had to step up. And what has he done? He's managed to push short, take down Shoxy. He's been probing that position every single round. He's used that information to get that first kill. A nade from his teammate to open the squeaky door. That point, second kill comes in. They've given 1 up in the interim, but still, a chance to win this, especially if SpeedAg can hit more of those shots. They're heading towards B, and it's just Crad, unfortunately, waiting there. Unless he gets a 1-dig, there's very little chance they can win this one.
The time is gone for his smoke to be relevant as well. It's not going to, I mean, what's it going to do? Provide him some additional cover to use, especially when the Molotov arrives, playing it close, needs to land 2, and doesn't. Just the 1 into the belly of Amanek.
Yeah, if he gets 1 there, there's a chance it will slow them down. With the fact the bomb's down now, they might as well save the AWP. They do have a kit. They have a smoke and a flashbang. I'd prefer to see the save here, but they're definitely going to have a little probe.
Let Forrester see what he can do, right?
Yeah,
with
the
that
5-7. Absolutely. Don't want to make sure that AWP goes any further than where it is right now. Just lock them in the side short, but don't give it up.
Forrester, would you mind picking that up for me, mate? I dropped something. Oh, okay. Caught out, fragged out, and it's a big one for G2. 8-5 the score. This has been quite the turnaround.
Yeah, they were to buy into this one, but that's going to be all their money now invested into round 14. It's not a huge deal, but if they want to bring out the AWP again, 1 player will be without everything he needs. We'll have a look as to whether it comes through. SpeedAg will go without a helmet. Not required at this stage of the game. You know they're going to have AKs or AWPs, so helmet not going to protect you too much anyway. It's a 1-tap headshot, whatever happens. But here we go, round 14. The current scoreline is 8-5 in favour of the French on the T side here at Overpass. This is the winners' game, 1-0. G2, one of the favourites to make it through to the next stage of the tournament for sure.
Yeah, I just saw the pick'em stats. 98% of you put them going through.
Yeah, really. I did as well.
98% of you, I did, yeah. Lots of belief in G2. This new project, I think they really have looked revitalized ever since Amanek
I think they just had to be humbled, like Vitality were almost. They got to the point where they were losing so much, they had to just go back to the basics, you know. They had to really start again with no pressure. No one was expecting much at all, but slowly but surely they started to come back to life. As Kenny S shows us what he's made of.
And then you bring in the talent of Amanek, who has been slowly getting onto your screens more and more, you know. I remember his trip to North America. Him and Devo Duvek now
Shawnee G
back in the French scene and doing fantastic things. Kinky does catch lucky as the bomb goes down towards B. The CT's very spread out and being caught out. Shox takes the head off Crad.
Well, that's a clinical round.
Just like that. Walk into B, and the rest is history. Just Kinky and SpeedAg. Actually, Kinky's got a perfect spot to catch himself a Shoxy. Very, very irrelevant frag, though, if in the grand scheme of things.
Considering it's the last round next, and they've got more than enough to buy. Absolutely true.
This is more about survival than anything.
Yeah, and it looks like they'll be doing just that. Speedak will hold on to the AWP, and Kinky will hold on to his Krieg and their decent amount of utility as well. You see incendiaries, smokes, flashes there. Certainly worth it. They're going to have to drop at least one weapon. So those 2 saves might yield them another round here. They're certainly going to need it. Going down 10-5 on your CT side really isn't ideal. It's, like we said, not as devastating as a train, for example, but it's not ideal to be losing the CT half, especially against G2.
G2 versus DreamEaters. I think a 9-6 sounds real dreamy. Let's see what they can do.
They're going to need Alex.
They really are. I fear for the second half. We'll see. I've been impressed and shut up by DreamEaters on more than one occasion. I'm actually running out of fingers to start counting how many times these guys have proved me wrong.
I'm ready to be proven wrong as well. If they can bring this game back around, that will be one hell of a showing. I'm down.
Let's see what they've got left in the tank. This will be the slow default spread. You can see, actually, that is quite the boost for Lucky.
Yeah, you normally see CTs get up in this position. It's quite rare to actually see a T up there, but you can see what it gives him. Nice vision from the short
Minimal
push.
though, right?
Yeah.
I mean, you're counting on some CT aggression there, I suppose, as the bomb and your team go to the other side of the map. It makes sense. He's going to have to make noise on the dismount, I assume. Still. Speedak, he's been holding this line frequently, of course very vulnerable to that flash, the perfect example given to you by G2.
So now they know where the AWP is. They want to go back towards B. They might not have a choice at this stage. Speedak hits one hell of a shot there towards the connector. And does he reposition? Does he feel like his presence is enough to push him back towards the B side?
He's going for a long one.
He will check out long beforehand. There's 2 players there as well. Drops a nice little shallow smoke to try and push them back, and he can focus towards the bathrooms. Jax, I think, will have to just give in and wait for it.
So much credit to be given to Speedak for this one, but perfect flash from Lucky gives Shocks away in. Starting to charge now towards toilets. It's a bit of a pincer maneuver. 2 from toilet side, 2 from long, and Speedak can't do more than that. He got himself a double before being shut down, and now a 3 versus 2 courtesy of the FAMAS of Sviat, leader of DreamEaters. Making the calls, making the frags. Gonna need to find 2 more. Kenny and Shocks remain. AWP still for Kenny. And Shocks, woof, just like that. Now Kenny's got to go 1 versus 3. He missed the first. I think that's gonna cost him. Sviat shuts him down. We got ourselves that juicy 6th. You said it was a necessity.
It absolutely is. It's a hollow victory towards the end, but a must-win round, that's for sure. Nice work from Sviat to close things out there with the FAMAS. It is going to be 9-6. G2 after losing the pistol. I'd say that's a nice comeback there. Absolutely. They looked very strong in the gun rounds and didn't rely on Kenny S whatsoever. He didn't really have to do much at all. 9-6 at half. G2, the favourites coming into this one, and certainly the favourites going into the second half. Join us after this break.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. DreamEaters versus G2 Esports, 9-6 on the half. And we're going to be jumping into the T side for DreamEaters. Already at a disadvantage. It's going to be interesting to see what they have got in store for us. A pistol win, as cliche as it may sound, is going to be incredibly important. And I'm not alone on the mic, of course. I'm Machine, and I'm joined by Henry G, who has finally
He's had a bit of
decided
lasagna.
to join us. How was your lasagna?
He's had a lovely bit of lasagna there.
I'm feeling great. I'm
I
rejuvenated.
feel like I'm ready now for the rest of the day. Let's go back to the games, and we'll be seeing what DreamEaters bring to the table. You're right. They had a great pistol in the first half. They converted that 3-0 with MP9s in that third round. They need to replicate that success here. If they can get it, we have a real good game on our hands. G2 win this and get the 3-0 conversion. Might be a quicker one. We'll see. Crossfire towards Connector. Kenny has to take the aggro for Lucky here. He just wants to show presence. He doesn't have to commit to the kill. He's trying to bait his teammate in.
See how far he gets with it. Lucky, he's starting to wiggle. Backwards turn and hits the shot. That's a start. Forrester falls as well. There's a third. Sviat with that P250. He's managing to connect onto Lucky. Kenny's back was turned momentarily as he dealt with Speedak, but it's already done. And by it, I mean the round. What can you do, Sviat? P250, no bomb. And he's hunting for that player who's just playing it perfectly. Jax, the first bullet that leaves his gun is a wallbang headshot match point. Or I should say, round point. He gets himself
Match point's better. It's more exciting. You should say that.
It sounded better. It wasn't, I mean, I don't want to say it was a lie, but it wasn't the truth. These are your odds brought to you by GG.bet. And yeah, I think it's starting to paint quite the clear picture. There is a tier 1 team in attendance. It is that of G2. 98% of you believed that they would make it to the Legends stage, and already representing themselves just 6 rounds away from being 2-0. See how they can extend it. Just Glocks, the purest of pure, just a single flashbang. The only money spent coming into this round for the Eaters of Dreams.
We'll see if they can do anything here. If they get a bomb plan, Alex, I'll be impressed.
Okay.
This is a difficult round to operate with. Nothing at all in terms of firepower. Looking to get the bomb down so you have a really strong buy next round. But it should be an absolute massacre here towards short. It's not as clean as you'd like.
That's the double kill. That should be a bomb plant. I say that. Shox was present, but they might be able to plant safe. No, the bomb's loose. That's unfortunate for them. This round should be
3 kills,
all
though.
but done. This is just Glocks.
And potentially a plant.
He could maybe scavenge that bomb if he jumps over. Yeah. Then down. Makes a step. Picks up the bomb, bounces to short, he's out. Sviat, like a graceful gazelle, he's escaped.
Yeah, one of them has to rotate as well. Shox knows it.
You have to respect it.
That's insane. They've got Glocks, no armor, and 1 flashbang. They've got 3 kills and a chance to actually win this round now. Recovered one of the SMGs. It's Sviat. Still with 100 points of health. Heading towards the A site, and Shox is there, ready and waiting. He's got the M4. Should be no way he dies here, considering the weapon he has, but he has no helmet. I will say that much. If it was a quick dink from the MP9, could fall apart.
But the simple fact that Shox has acknowledged this, it should be too much. Look at the angle he's adopted as well. That's not going to be the first to clear. That certainly won't be the second.
But does Shoxy commit to this and try and deny the plant as he waits for his teammate?
You let that bomb go down, and then you've got 3 kills and a bomb plant out of your Glock round. We'll find out the plant is actually perfect for Shox. He can stop it, and he will do so. Had it been the default, that could very well have been the plant, but still, DreamEaters, no complaints, I'm sure, from them.
I don't think they expected it to be anything like that.
No.
I thought that would be a
frags?
foregone conclusion. You've got 2 MP9s ready for against Glocks and 1 flash. It must have been some flashbang, really, to get 2 kills with the Glocks upon arrival there. Like, goodness gracious me. But still, G2 win the round, but that has boosted the chance for DreamEaters there. They've got themselves AKs across the board. They've taken so much money away from G2. They enter this round with 2 SMGs here. They got MP9 for Lucky, Amanek on the UMP. They have reasonable utility, not the best. You can see Shoxy just 2 flashbangs there as they try and get basic control here. 1 on the pistol, got the second round, 2-0. And now, knowing they need to find this first pick as quickly as they can, it's Lucky who pushes off towards short.
What they can find. There's a lot of presence, but that gap in the door comes back to haunt them. Bullets being sprayed through, it gave him a way to find the fight. Unfortunately for Jax, he meets his demise. 16 frags for Shoxy in this one. He has had a splendid start here in Berlin.
Yeah, very strong showing. But the opening pick this round is for DreamEaters. Minute left. You can see they've got a real nice understanding of all the grenades and defaults in this map. They've got them all to eradicate risks and flush CTs out.
Does Amanek have any support here at all? There's one on site. It will be Kenny. He does have a flash, likely going to be throwing one for his teammate. Should contact come his way. That's exactly what's about to happen.
Like this from Amanek. They have no idea.
So he's slap bang sandwiched in between the enemy lines. There's 3. If Speedak continues to clear from Party, he manages to get 1. That's something. A consolation prize, perhaps. Shocks onto Speedak. Continues to swing, not only for safety, but for a reposition. Nice work from Kenny to be taking that fight, but the flash arrives just in time. Sviat enables Kinky to trade. Shocks from behind. Man, I feel like I've said that 600 times. Does it again.
Well, it's going to be a 2 versus 1. Crad with the HE, pretty much full health, heads towards the bank. Flashbang over. They have no idea as to where he's positioned right now. Bomb down, and Crad gets a free kill on the first. It gives up his position. HE thrown. Gives up the fact he's still there, but he can still reposition towards the CT steps if required. Full defuse. Is it coming in?
You wouldn't. Wow, beautiful round from Crad. He planted that bomb and evaporated. They had no idea where he was. The fact that he's seeing 2 backs turned when he arrives at bank, that's testament to how quick he repositioned.
What a huge swing round that is.
That's
G2,
a big play.
They're taking... They won that round previously against the Glocks. You can see it coming back to haunt them right now. They lose 1 round. They're completely shattered financially now. $2,000 per player. It's one of those really annoying states in the game and in the CT side because you can't justify a force here because you better buy up next round. So you have to take a full eco now. You can't really do much with this at all. You can't even bring out a cheeky deagle. You can't really do anything.
And it feels like moments ago, DreamEaters were the ones that were forced to swallow the eco pill. Of course, actually, G2, upon review, struggled to handle that. But, yeah, timeout necessary, I think, after that one. That's a tough loss. And, my goodness, I mean, we can see the buy already. They have an opportunity to just farm against this eco with the MAC-10s.
They've got 3 MAC-10s. Sviat might be getting one as well. We'll see, he's got a Glock armor right now. I assume he's been dropped an AK-47.
Yeah, 2 rifles makes me feel much more safe.
Yeah,
there we go.
So the full eco, like I said, this is one of those annoying rounds you just have to take it on the chin. They've got 3 MAC-10s. They're very aware of what they're up against here. They're focused towards B. Nothing too technical quite. Even if they run into the stack, it shouldn't be that dangerous. I wouldn't necessarily want to see this, but should be fine. We will see as they make their way through with 3 MAC-10s towards Monster, smoke towards Heaven.
All of the nades.
They've done enough grenades here to justify this. We'll see if it works out. Nice little path of fire to get towards the bomb site here.
Gives Kinky a gap. He didn't have to take a lick of damage. Nice work from the the CTs. What's happening here? This eco, this smoke enables him to play around it. Forrester's taken a dink in the process. Kenny finally goes down. Just Shocks remains. But as the dust settles, a mess of Counter-Strike we just got to indulge in. My goodness. So many Molotovs and smokes invested by DreamEaters that it gave G2 this whole new environment to play around, and they managed to find heads.
It's very true. It did get very problematic there. G2 get a couple of kills, but still struggling here. Now they can consider a partial buy. They're all hovering around 4K, some just under, so you're not really feeling that good about the buy. You still have a lead for now. This time, though, you can bring out deagles, CZs, a couple of smokes. You can treat it like a gun round, and you've got a much greater chance of winning it just the USPs, of course. But still, I think this is the right call. You've got the lead here. You're on the CT side. You don't have to make any drastic decisions here. Let's just play the long game.
And off we go. The long game engaged. It's round 20. Best of 1 between DreamEaters and G2. It's just day 1 of the major. We've had 2 streams running simultaneously all day. Look at this one. Seconds. Sviat has a tingle. He's absolutely right to do so. Peeks short, finds 2.
Hello.
He's trying to catch him off guard. There's almost always someone with his number. And that should be the end of it. Shocks just looking for that style points. He catches 1 with a beautiful 1 dig. Forrester given a second chance and Shocks hits it. 2 gorgeous shots. But DreamEaters, they pick up the predictable round, and that will be the gap continuing to close now. 9 to 11.
Indeed. All for Kenny S, though. It's become a lot more problematic going forward, but here are the 2 frag leaders so far. Shoxy from G2 set on 21 kills, and Speedak from DreamEaters will have 15 kills and 14 deaths. He has some fantastic moments. I can see what the hype's around this guy for, and I want to see a lot more, though. I want to see him step up now on the T side and show us whether he can replicate that form we saw on the CT forces.
Let's find out. Amanek diving quickly in towards the connector. A smoke should lock the T's out, but the majority of them, my goodness,
he didn't even really... Did you see that face he made? He's like, well, I guess I heard that.
That looked like just a shot you fire before you leave, right? My goodness. Kinky, I don't think he really understands how he just got caught there. 99% of his body completely covered. Good shot from Kenny.
Well then, 5 on 4, that will do.
That takes the wind straight out of your lungs, doesn't it?
Yeah, well, they're not going to check this either. Amanek, if he gets 2 here, it might be a done deal, but still they trade 3 on 3. DreamEaters bouncing back. Molotov not exactly where he wanted it there. Smoke, though, to... Oh, this is a nightmare.
Guys, you're 3 versus 3. All cool in the hood. Lucky, however, does come from behind, and it's perfectly timed. Both of them there. Now Speedak left in a 1 versus 3. Shock's going to be coming around from the bank side. Does have stairs available to him as well. I'm almost certain the call that 2 came from toilets would have been there for Speedak. Well, I don't know how many saw. Onto the bomb they go.
He said he had to step up here. Oh, that was on him!
That was straight
that was
on the nose.
Did he move slightly or something?
Maybe it was the movement keys.
I think it was, because that was dead on him. I think he moved slightly as he fired.
Yeah, let's see. Maybe we can get a slow motion replay.
Oh,
the replay op has been great this event.
Go on, and then that's an official request from Machine.
Yep.
Let's see if we get it.
I don't think it works like that, but I love the reactions, like Kenny pulling funny faces, all of that stuff. We've been getting all of that from the miners as well.
That's absolutely true. It's a good point. Kenny's face, when he hit that shot, he was just like,
okay.
All right. I'll take it. Bit of a
quick
collapse there from DreamEaters with the utility usage, the Molotov not working out, flashing themselves, and it causes chaos in the comms. Yeah. Then the backstab comes in, really wasn't ideal.
I mean, but this is what I was talking about. Remember, I was describing them as strong mechanics, but with some clear examples of an inexperience present. Yeah. That's perhaps one of those. You know, 3v3, it did get a bit messy, it got a bit confusing. We can see that flank again, lined up, body shots galore. And we can see Lucky taking that fight with Speedak to end it all. Damn. Not letting the frustration show, but because so damn close.
Well,
far from over. Let's see how this one shapes up then.
Big round here. Money right down to the wire here for DreamEaters. Do have the AWP. Sviat will just have the AK and a flashbang. Speaking of which, Amanek will deploy his towards middle, throwing a grenade as well. No damage inflicted, so we'll be able to continue with their default so far. DreamEaters wait for any more aggression here. Bomb makes its way towards long. It's on the back of Crad right now with the AK-47. And in terms of defense on the outside of the map, Kenny S gets himself in position on the flower bed. Now that's a great position. We saw it being used before. It's back now. Of Amanek. UMP holding the bathrooms. He's got no real backup, but a rotation from Shoxy coming through. He's got the AK, can really bait him in. Have a smoke to boost his chances of surviving there. Kenny can focus purely towards long.
Flashes arrive, and Kenny's shot does too. Ooh, tagged on the cross back. Nice shot from Speedak. They've actually got Forrester high above the smoke. Amanek swings. He's not going to be ready for that one. That's gorgeous work from DreamEaters. Kinky from underneath. Now, Cad, if he swings on this. Oh, and Kenny with a missed shot. A rare one. Doesn't make the same mistake again. What? Manages to take Sviat with him, and now the kill feed fills with blue as the CTs arrive on the scene. Great work from Shox with a double. Lucky's already got one, and Speedak is going to be forced to retreat after that one. His team just collapsed around him.
Yeah.
You blink and you miss it.
We said that was a huge round as well. It was looking pretty good for DreamEaters at one stage, but now 3 versus 1, 15 seconds remain. Speedak will just be holding on to his AWP if possible. Shoxy looking to trap him in towards that long position. They'll all be pouncing on him, I'd imagine. Once that timer runs out, Shoxy certainly will. Speedak just needs a couple of bullets in his general direction, and down he will go. Shoxy will swing once the timer runs down. You'll see him come out any second now. Time will go down. He should swing. Spots him, gets the kill. No money for Speedak in the next round. He'll have $650. Great stuff from Shoxy. That was textbook CS there. Didn't want to jump around the corner. Even if he kills him, you want to make sure you put your foot on the throat, get no money for the next round. He's the Overpass most valuable target to remove the money from. It's a big round, 13-9. They're eco regardless. But even if they get through this round, with the next buy, he'll still be compromised.
That's a gap. That's a gap that he's going to have to try and overcome. Pick up a shotgun or something. I mean, my goodness, down to 650. He can't afford anything. A packet of peanuts, some pork scratchings, and a half a pint.
Why is he just having pub treats?
Actually, to be fair, 650 will get you far in a pub.
I don't know. Oh, $650, sure. £6.50, certainly not. You'd struggle to get a pint with that, but...
Yeah, it depends where you're drinking, doesn't it?
Yeah. Don't go to London with that much.
Shout out to the Leicester Student Union.
Pound a pint on Thursdays.
You know it is.
Yeah.
And those weird alcopops that really, no one really knows what they're called.
They were £1 as well, weren't they? They were VKs.
VKs. We had VKs.
Yeah.
That's like
they were £1 each. You could go out and have fun for a tenner.
Yeah, nonsense. Let me tell you. I really don't know. I think that was just primarily food coloring and ethanol.
Yeah. Whatever happened, some weird stuff would go down when those were in the equation.
9-13. We're back on topic, and it is going to be almost the purest of ecos. $300 spent to Kinky. He's just treating himself.
Yeah, this is
It's team talk time.
Problematic now. You're pretty much guaranteed to lose this one. It's going to be 14-9 on the T side. No one's really going absolutely wild for you. You're not relying on individual performances here. You're quite reliant on your utility usage, which starts to fall apart when the panic sets in. So it's not looking good for DreamEaters. They've had a decent showing here. It hasn't been they've been run over. They haven't lost yet, of course, but it's looking like G2 are in cruise control right now.
I saw a lot of talking from Sviat as well during, like, well and truly into the round, and I can't help but feel it's a little bit one of those, you know, existence timeouts where he's just gonna, we're on the Glocks, I'm gonna talk to you, you can run around, do what you want. Use it as an opportunity just to get everyone's mind back where it needs to be in order to overcome this deficit, and it's an ever-growing deficit this time. French side 14, 2 rounds away. Picking themselves up another win. This would put them in the 2-0 column.
So, timeout from DreamEaters here. They're averaging... The players that didn't have their money completely destroyed, they've got about 4,500 per player. Speedak, on the other hand, remember the AWPer, he has 3K pretty much on the nose. So they can't drop him an AWP, really. They can't really justify that. He'll have to go Deagle armor or Galil armor of no utility. I would say the former's better from what I've seen from this team so far. They're quite reliant on their set pieces. They've got a great understanding of the grenades. Him, Deagle armor for all his utility, that's the best approach for me.
Yeah.
We'll see if that comes through.
This is 28. He's on for the 30 here. Seen some huge performances over the course of the day. Coach behind them, of course, Malik. A lot of credit given to him during that victory interview from Kenny S. I think not verbatim, but the way he summarized it was suggesting that something that Malik does is he's willing to tell Kenny when he's wrong. Perhaps that's something that he needed.
Yeah, he's just happy he's not having to play this major. There was the E-League major, I think, in Atlanta, where he had to fill in for Envious, and it didn't go well. No. It was like one of those really like heartbreaking moments. I think RPK got really ill at the event, and he had to step in, and he hadn't played the game for so long. He did what he could, but it didn't work out. But
I always feel
like he's been over a long time.
Oh God, I always have such a huge, heartfelt empathy for the coaches thrown into those positions. Space Soldiers had that at one point as well.
That's right.
Zeus has done it to some success, of course, for MIB.
Yanko's done it.
Yanko, our boy Yanko, actually
he did
delivering.
Well,
yeah, he did. It's all those matchmaking games we play. Nice work from Lucky. Catches one through monster tunnels and continues to spray. Catches another. This is a massacre, and this is a huge round for DreamEaters. This puts them down, staring down the barrel of 15 as they walk into the meat grinder of monster tunnel. It really is disastrous. All 5 still standing, a triple for Lucky. CT money booming, and just 1 round away from G2 finding their second win here at the Major.
Yeah, they're all going to the 2-0 category, the first team to do it. That would be expected, to be fair. Like, the only reason we're kind of talking with bated breath now, the results we've had today, every game seems to be a bit of a kind of question mark.
Yeah, we saw North, of course, pick up that win versus Simon Gaming only just, and looking to join them is G2.
Well, the second team then, I beg your pardon. You're right. It's been a long day.
No, I just had to refresh it. I was like, I'm pretty sure we have seen some round 2.
A lot of Counter-Strike. Mac 10s. B-Rush in the Mac 10. Is this the play?
This is how it ends.
To save it all?
Let's find out. Charging in, they're holding them sideways, looking to go drive-by, and already 2 fall. Lucky, he doesn't even have to worry about the bullets. None thrown in his direction. Long range, the Mac 10s are going to reach their foregone conclusion. That's one way to do it.
Come on, Sphere, let's get it over with. We're done here.
You think so?
Well, the bomb's down. He's got a Mac 10, 5 players to find.
You don't need to be dramatic about it, Henry.
I'm just saying. There might not be much of a chance.
Let's see.
Yeah.
Double flash, he's making it clear where he's coming from. Sviat desperately holding on to every opportunity he has. He's used all his utility. Can't fault him for that. And 3 players, he's about to have a mouthful of lead, no matter where he goes. Coach is desperate to take his headset off. Can I do it? Can I do it? There we go. And releases the ears. That's a big win for G2. 2-0. They join North. Little less sweat on their brow than there was the Danes, though. The G2 boys, they gracefully glide through Overpass.
A 4K from the in-game leader. Although Shoxy did knock on the door 30 frags. Did he make it? I assume he did, yeah. So there it is. That's a great performance and a strong showing from G2. I guess in the context of today, it's a really strong result considering the fact that these guys, DreamEaters, took down NRG on the very map as well. So they definitely have an understanding of it. It's no surprise that we're expecting them to do very well against G2 because NRG, that's one of their best maps, Overpass. I wanted to see a bit more than that. They won a pistol, they won some great rounds in the first half, but didn't seem to make things click in the second.
Yeah, their T side, I mean, it doesn't look like they give up, but they certainly perhaps lost for ideas. So sometimes you hit that brick wall, it's like this feels impossible.
When Shoxy's just pushing every single flank and hitting every single shot, it's difficult to contain him, I would say. So a great little game there. I enjoyed it still. We didn't see much from Kenny S, I'll say that much. He did have some good moments on the CT side, but by his standards and that sort of opposition, these AWPers today, we saw Yugi drop off completely on train.
Absent.
Right? And then Kenny S, they still win, so it doesn't matter. It wasn't a close game. He's not looking as electric, perhaps, but Shoxy certainly is.
He really is. And I mean, that is a good sign of things to come. How many times have you heard people talk about G2 and say you never get Kenny Shox at the same time? Well, you know what? That's going to be something we'll continue to look out for as G2 continue their victorious path. 2-0, 1 away from the Legends. I know, dude, no one would have noticed.
Darling.
No one would have noticed if you hadn't.
I noticed, and it upsets me. So we're gonna get you ready for this major.
You know what? By day 4, I might have my cabling sorted. Eating as well. Need to work on that.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
Eating in general, make sure you eat at least once a day.
If anyone was wondering, it's actually really hard to talk when you forget to eat.
That's
my bad.
We learned that, didn't we? Either way, we're going to go join the victors down on the show floor with an interview with Sue. What have you got for us?
Well, I'm here with Shox Henry. First of all, congratulations, Shox. 2 wins under your belt now. It's a very, very good day for G2 thus far. And most recently, you just took down DreamEaters. And earlier today, I think DreamEaters did surprise some people when they were able to take down NRG. And it was on Overpass as well. For you guys, though, they did not seem to be a problem. So how did it feel for you?
Definitely good, especially doing good for the first day of a major is something really great. And now we're just gonna play best of 3, which is definitely good. I think the thing against DreamEaters were just like we had a good preparation and we kind of know how to counter them and how we're gonna adapt and play our game, and it worked pretty well. So all good.
When you say preparation, were you able to catch the game that they had against NRG? Was it specific preparation against them, or did you just have a really confident idea on how to play this map?
I think a lot of everything. We didn't just look... I mean, you can't just look for one map if you want to prepare a match, so we took the time to do it properly to be ready for this one.
Well, so far it's been a really, really good performance from you guys, and I want to talk a little bit about what the team has been working on leading up to the event. Right before the player break, I know G2 had some really, really great results, as well as some top 6s as well. So personally for you, as you headed into this break and the boot camp, what did you want to work on with the team?
A lot of things, definitely. But first, the first thing like we really wanted to do is just to because when you don't play or you are not together for like 2 weeks, sometimes you just forget how your identity and how you just play together. So the main goal was first to just remind ourselves why we were kind of good before the player break and why we had, for example, a good run in Montpellier and stuff like this. So that was the first step. And then just develop it and try to go further to just have a better level coming to the major now.
The G2 that was able to make it to the grand finals and, of course, eventually fell to Team Liquid was still a really, really amazing G2 that we saw. What do you think it takes to see that kind of a G2 where everyone is performing really well and the team seems to be playing together?
Definitely talking about Montpellier, I think we had a lot of good synergy, and because we were in France, we just kind of all hyped together. But what we are doing since then is just to capitalize on that and try to do again the same level at every event. And I think we definitely are on the good road and we are improving. And the most important thing, in my opinion, is just like we are really getting more consistent, and that's definitely the first step if we want to go ahead.
Well, speaking of consistency, that's exactly what you've shown today thus far. So congratulations. Once again, we'll hope to see this performance continue for you guys, but we are going to be right back, guys. When we come back, it'll be a Vanguard taking on Mouse Sports.